So welcome to our monthly meeting. And I'm going to go over a little bit of club news and a little bit of fungi in the news. It's pretty short this month. Annie Weissman is out, so she's quite sick, so we're not going to have an ID table that she was planning to do tonight. But Tom McCoy is here with the results of the photo contest. So we've still got lots of nice eye candy for you tonight. Lots of mushrooms to look at. He's also going to do a short presentation on the American chestnut. And then he and Megan Romberg are going to talk about the DNA committee that folks have been doing with Ma and some of the mycological DNA results that they've gotten. Thank you to everybody who voted in the board election that we just had. There are many familiar faces on this list, but our two new folks are Sarah Nella, who has joined the board as our secretary, and Bridget, who's our new newsletter person and is planning some changes in how we do communications. So stay tuned on that. So thank you very much to Anil and Marisol, who are leaving the board. They will be missed, but I'm sure they'll be around. I just grabbed a couple little statistics about Ma's year. We've got 816 members right now. We did 37 forays so far in 2024. The DNA committee, I think, had 10 DNA days from what I could tell from our event system. There were 4 cultivation workshops and a couple culinary events too. And I looked at our iNaturalist project for the year, and it had 10,339 observations just for, I said 2024 by the numbers, just for 2023. So if you have ideas about what the club should be doing in 2024, shoot me an email at info@maudc.org. If you want to get involved in spearheading something, even better. But if you have ideas about what folks should be doing, we will consider your ideas. I've just been mentioning these forays every month because they're good ones to have on your calendar if you're interested in going. Our club's annual weekend retreat / foray is up in Jennerstown, Pennsylvania, Labor Day weekend. So hold that date. And then a couple other really nice ones that folks often travel to, the Northeast Mycological, what is the F? Whatever it is, Federation, that's right. Foray is up on Cape Cod this year or next year in October. And then the NAMA foray is at the end of October going into November. That's later than usual, but it should be good mushroom season up in Washington. It's going to be in the sort of Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens area. I just have a couple of items from the news. The Washington Post had a long form article about valley fever, which is a fungal disease. It's in the southwest US. It's not something we really have to worry about in the DC area, but it was an interesting article about the spread, and people think that it's as the climate is changing in the Southwest, it's sort of spreading the range and also increasing its frequency. And a lot of it is weather dependent, as we know. I thought this particular graph was interesting because this weather pattern results in more mushrooms here in DC, right? You have a drought and then you have a heavy downpouring, and we see a spike in mushrooms coming up, and this fungal disease that you get by inhaling the spores is showing similar patterns. And then Annie just sent me this resource. I didn't pull a specific article about this, but you may have seen notices that there are AI generated field guides being sold on Amazon now. They have inaccurate information in them. Do not buy them, but you need to be able to figure out whether it was generated by AI, right? So someone from the Bluegrass Mycological Society, which I am jealous of their name, did a list on Google Docs of known actual human authors of mycological field guides. I did a little bit.ly for it. So bit.ly/myco authors will take you to her post where you can get to the Google Doc. So be careful when you're buying field guides. We have a couple ones on our website that under resources that are guides that folks use a lot in our area. Or go ahead and ask on our Facebook group if you're thinking about buying one, if folks have found it useful. But yeah, we always say this when we're recommending to people to upload stuff to iNaturalist, for example, right? They've got AI that will help you ID a mushroom, and often it's quite good and will get you very close or right to the right mushroom, but it's not something any of us would usually trust to like say this is edible or not. And sometimes it can be really far off. And I haven't looked at any of these AI generated field guides, but apparently they do have inaccurate information in them sometimes. So that is my public service announcement. That is all the news I actually had for tonight.